Who could have thought that an SUV would ever carry the Prancing Horse logo? Most of us didn't see it coming, but we're fairly certain Ferrari saw the writing on the wall as the 2000s unfolded, with the sport utility segment gaining momentum to become the most popular and fiercely contested automotive segment now and in the foreseeable future. Want to know more about what new has been added to the all-new 2023 Ferrari Purosangue? Then stay tuned to this video on ElectroZone. So let's get a quick ride into the new Ferrari Purosangue. This sports car simply stands out from the crowd. There's no denying that the Purosangue's cutting-edge technology and ingenious design help make a case for it being a unique breed of a sports car. We won't be able to test it until later this year, but in its current form, the Purosangue should worry engineers at Aston Martin, Lamborghini, and Bentley. It is expected to be a benchmark vehicle. Firstly, what is the price of the Ferrari Purosangue? When the first cars arrive in the US in the fourth quarter of next year, buyers will not receive much more than $400,000. What's the core of the matter? The Purosangue's engine is ideal for a continent-crushing four-seat Ferrari. Despite widespread belief to the contrary, it is powered by a refined version of Maranello's legendary 6.5-liter V12, which is fueled by natural gas. The F140IA produces 715 horsepower at 7,750 RPM and 528 pound-feet of torque at 6,250 RPM. Importantly, 80% of peak torque is available at just 2,100 RPM. The cylinder heads of the F140IA are based on those of the 812 Competizione, and the intake, timing, and exhaust systems have been completely redesigned to provide the broad torque curve needed to handle the Purosangue's weight and a duty cycle that is expected to include a lot of low and medium speed driving, where a highly strung V12 is the last thing anyone needs. Purosangue buyers will receive an engine capable of propelling the 4,600-pound four-door to 60 miles per hour in less than 3.3 seconds, 124 miles per hour in 10.6 seconds, and a top speed of nearly 200 miles per hour, leaving Aston Martin's DBX 707 and Lamborghini's Urus in its wake. From the wheels up. All of the lower elements are made of high-strength aluminum with extrusions, castings, and load-bearing aluminum sheet metal used to create a space frame upper structure to which aluminum, carbon fiber, and high-strength steel body panels are bolted. The Purosangue has 30% more torsional rigidity and 25% more stiffness, resulting in improved NHV and comfort. Only the first 6 cylinders of the engine can be seen under the hood. The V12 is mounted far back in the chassis, with the front of the block almost touching the front axle centerline. What about the other 6 cylinders you can't see? They're hidden beneath the cowl and at the bottom of the windshield. That explains the Purosangue's commanding dash-to-axle ratio, an ideal front-to-rear weight distribution of 49:51. Ferrari has taken an unusual approach to design its first four-door vehicle. The rear doors are rear-hinged and open to a maximum of 79 degrees. Also, it is the biggest and tallest Ferrari ever built. What's different? Off-road, not all-road. The V12 powers all 4 wheels through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission mounted behind the axle and an updated version of the GTC4 Luso's power takeoff drive system mounted in the front of the engine. At speeds up to 124 miles per hour, the power takeoff system transfers torque to the front wheels in the first, second, third, and fourth gears. The dual-clutch transmission was heavily redesigned by Ferrari and now features a more compact clutch assembly that shaves 0.6 inches off its installed height in the car, lowering the center of gravity, and can handle up to 885 pound-feet of torque during shifts. Steel springs and fast-acting Multimatic active shocks with 48-volt motor actuators and a twin-ball screw system control body motions in reaction to data from an array of sensors and accelerometers installed on the suspension links and body at all 4 corners of the vehicle. When lateral acceleration loads exceed 1 gram, the Purosangue's sophisticated new Side Slip Control 8.0 intelligent dynamic system will automatically lower the car up to 0.4 inches from its standard 7.3-inch ride height in corners to effectively reduce the roll center. At speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, an optional lift setting allows the ride height to be raised by 1.2 inches to 8.5 inches. Even though Ferrari's active suspension gets rid of the need for anti-roll bars, it needs its own 48-volt battery and adds about 110 pounds to the weight of the car as a whole. When it comes to brakes, the standard rotors are 15.7 inches in front and 15 inches in the back and are made of carbon ceramic. The Purosangue also has a staggered wheel and tire setup, with 255/35 tires on 22-inch rims up front and 315/30 tires on 23-inch rims in the back. What's more in the package of design of the Purosangue? The Purosangue appears taut and compact, like a hot hatch on steroids rather than a large, high-riding luxury crossover. There are a lot of clever details in the design, but the smartest and the key to making the whole car look good are the deep fissures above the wheel openings. They make it look like a muscular and voluptuous sports coupe is floating above the technical parts that allow it to handle all roads in all weather. Because the conceit is heavily reliant on the Purosangue's lower elements being painted black or finished in dark carbon fiber, it may not work as well on a car with black bodywork. Ferrari knows a lot about cutting-edge aerodynamic theory and practice thanks to its long experience in Formula One, and the Purosangue is brimming with wind-cheating hardware designed to reduce drag and increase downforce. For example, what appear to be headlights high on the fenders are actually vents divided by daylight running lights that also function as turn signals. The upper vent helps control the flow of air through the front wheel wells and around the bottom of the windshield. On either side of the hood, what Ferrari calls aero bridges reduce the bad effects of turbulence at the bottom of the windshield. The lower vent directs air into the braking system. Ducts from the front bumper direct air to the outer edge of the front tires, which is then directed toward the rear of the car to create an air curtain over the front wheels, reducing drag. Small vents on the trailing edges of the front and rear wheel openings aid in the extraction of high-pressure air from the wheel wells. Even the lower front suspension arms have a flap to direct unwanted air away from the wheel wells. A diffuser at the rear is more than just a design element to reduce visual mass at the rear of the car. It's been designed not only to provide downforce, but also to maximize hot air extraction from around the rear-mounted transmission and exhaust system. According to Ferrari, the rear screen of the Purosangue does not require a wiper because air directed over the glass keeps it clean. So what's inside the major, which is the interior? Ferrari's excellent configurable instrument panel sits behind a redesigned steering wheel that includes all of the touch controls for the hands on the wheel, eyes on the road philosophy seen on the SF90 Stradale, Ferrari Roma, SF90 Spider, and 296 GTB. A 10.2-inch screen ahead of the front seat passenger can display most of the same data as the driver and all of the infotainment menus if desired. There will be a variety of trims available, including a new dark brown semi-aniline leather for the seats, carbon fiber with fine copper wire threads woven into it, and floor covering made from a bulletproof ballistic fabric used in military uniforms. This includes a recycled polyester roof lining, a carpet made from recycled fishing nets, and a recycled polyester Alcantara version. And the answer to your burning question? Yes, the Purosangue can comfortably seat 4 6-foot adults, with plenty of head, knee, and foot room for rear seat passengers. If a long trip is in the cards, they'll all need to bring soft bags because the rear load space is shallow and offers a relatively modest, mid-size sedan-like 16.7 cubic feet of capacity. However, a genuine Ferrari has 4 doors and 4 seats. The name Purosangue, which means thoroughbred in Italian, was chosen during the car's development to remind everyone involved in the project that the car should be born from the Ferrari bloodline. Galliera also claims that Purosangue sales will be limited to no more than 20% of Ferrari's total annual volume, as a further rebuke to the supercar maker does SUV orthodoxy. Ferrari is determined not to follow the model set by Porsche with the Cayenne and copied by Lamborghini and others, which is to use 4 or 5-seat SUVs or crossovers as high-volume cash cows to pay for developing sports cars. What thoughts do you have about the new Ferrari Purosangue? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.